Great. I'm Congresswoman Sewell, and I want to thank all of you for covering today's resource fair. We're here in downtown Selma, Alabama from 11 to 2, and it's just really great to see the resources that I've been fighting for here to help the folks who need it most. And so under one roof, you have FEMA, you have SBA, you have the Housing Authority from Selma, you have USDA. All of the resources that we have been fighting for are right here under one roof, and I really hope that people will come out to Selma, those who have been impacted by the January 12th storms, come out to the Ebonite Mission Community Center on Broad Street. We're here live, and I'm just excited to be able to make sure that the constituents I represent that have been impacted by the storms have access to the federal resources, state resources, and local resources that they need in order to not only recover, but build back better. That is the goal. And so, really excited to thank the federal agencies that are here today, the state agencies that are here today, and of course our nonprofit organizations, which have given us so many resources for those who are in need. 6,000 properties were damaged in the city of Selma and Dallas County alone. It will be a long process to recover, but I have made a commitment to the people that I represent and to the people that I love. I grew up in this hometown of Selma, Alabama, that we will do all that we can to garner the resources we need to build back better. So this is about access, making sure that people know where to go and what resources are available. That's what this resource fair is all about, to have under one roof all of those that are offering, all of those service providers that are offering resources, to have them all located under one roof. And we are going to continue to have events such as this, telephone town halls. We want to meet people where they are, to make sure that they know that help is here and how they can go about accessing that help.
Are you finding there's still a lot of people who don't know where to get help?
Yes, unfortunately, there are a lot of folks who don't know where to go. And some people have gone to FEMA and gotten a rejection letter and think that that's the end. It is not the end. I want people to understand that if you get a denial letter, more than likely it's because you're missing information. So I encourage them to come to the disaster recovery centers in person, right here at the Ebonite Mission Community Center from 8 o'clock until 6 o'clock, Monday through Saturday. FEMA is here on the ground and willing to help you. So please bring your denial letter with you and get help. As you can see, there's a long line of folks waiting to see FEMA today at this resource fair, and this is exactly why we have resource fairs such as this, to bring the resources to the people.
Is FEMA,
I think it's really important.
Is FEMA doing loans and grants, or just loans, or how is that working?
So FEMA offers both grants, and SBA offers the loans. But FEMA offers grants, and FEMA's here not only to help individuals with individual assistance, but also our county and our state and our city with public assistance. I'm just thrilled that we finally see these big trucks coming to get the debris out of Selma. And I want to thank President Biden for upping the amount of federal assistance to 100% for debris removal for the next 30 days. And so we have until March 18th to get 100% reimbursable for the city and the county for this debris removal. And I want to thank Governor Ivey and Director Cooper from ALDOT. ALDOT has entered into agreement with the city of Selma and Dallas County to pick up this debris. It is overwhelming when you think of 6,000 properties that have been damaged and destroyed. This is definitely going to be a marathon and not a sprint, but help is here, and help will stay here as long as we need help. I want folks to contact my office if they're concerned about where they need to go. I also encourage them to come today to this resource fair. We're all going to be here until 2 o'clock today. So if there's anyone who needs some federal assistance, FEMA's here, the SBA is here, the state volunteer organizations are here, the Black Belt Foundation is here, the Selma Housing Authority is here, insurance companies like State Farm and others are here. So we really want people to know that there is help, and help will stay here to help us, but accessing that help, we will help you get to the resources that you need.
Congresswoman, so
what do you want people to bring with them as they come into this fair? What will help them get more help?
So I think that people should come equipped with their own personal identifiable information, so their social security ID and all that stuff, but also anything that will help us know about the home ownership of the residence that has been destroyed, the property that has been destroyed. Obviously, we have to have proof of property ownership or rental, and so we just want folks to bring their stuff, and more importantly, bring bring themselves here. We can give them the resources that they need and the information they need in order to access those resources.
Well, is FEMA helping businesses and nonprofits yet?
Yes, they are. FEMA's helping both small businesses and nonprofits as well. It's going to be really important that folks let the Dallas County EMA director know if some nonprofits have been personally damaged themselves. There may be an opportunity to get public assistance from FEMA, and so we want those nonprofits to know they have to register, just like individuals do. And so coming out to this resource fair, or going to visit the disaster recovery centers in Selma. There are two. One right here at the Ebonite Mission Community Center, but also another one at the Felix Heights Community Center. So we're trying to make sure that folks know where to go to get the help that they need. Earlier this week, I had the opportunity to visit Greene County and Hale County, and the folks from Sumter came to our roundtable discussion in Greene County. We know that in our district, four counties were affected. We know that Dallas County and Selma really got the brunt of that tornado, but we're here to help everyone who's been impacted by the January 12th storms. I invite those who are not from my district to come if you've been impacted by the January 12th storm. This is an opportunity for you to have under one roof the federal, state, and local nonprofit resources all under one roof. And I want to thank those service providers for being here today. I look forward to going to each table to thank them. This is really hard. It's hard because not only has it affected my district, the people impacted are the people that I grew up with. They are my classmates. They are my church members. They are my former teachers. We are here to give them the assistance they need, and I will stay committed to making sure that the federal assistance will be here as long as people need it.
I say getting a little bit emotional. This is not any other
it's been hard, but I do believe that God puts us in the places that we need to be in, and maybe I need to be the member of Congress for Selma at such a time as this to try to get Selma the resources to not only rebuild, but rebuild better. And so I look forward to, once the recovery part of this and the relief part of this is complete, to rebuild, to have congressional community conversations about reimagining what Selma and Dallas County can be, and working with the city and the county and the elected officials and the community leaders. Really think about how we want to reimagine Selma and go after those federal grants to make that possible. So often the federal grants have specialized grants which usually give you more money because of disaster assistance that are needed, disaster relief. So that's an opportunity for us to really get more USDA, HUD, Department of Commerce and Labor has a resilience grant. So we look forward to utilizing every tool in the federal toolkit to help the survivors of the January 12th storms build back better.
Now, Selma's got the largest historic district in the country.
It does.
Is there anything from FEMA or SBA specifically for folks who have historic structures that have been damaged?
Historic structures like the ones, our churches and the ones that have designations, historic designations, may be able to get additional resources from the Department of Interior. The Department of Interior and the National Park Service often have grant opportunities. I urge them to contact my office, either in the Selma office or the Birmingham office, to find out about those kinds of historic preservation grants. Our district has historically gotten more than its fair share of those resources. Just recently, $750,000 in Tabernacle Church right here in Selma, Alabama for historic preservation. I am indebted to the National Park Service and the Department of Interior for the more than $2 million that they've given to the historic Brown Chapel AME Church, which happens to be my church. And so we know that it has been under renovation for over a year, termite damage, but these are important historical sites that are right here in Selma, Alabama that were important to the civil rights and the voting rights movement. This is where these mass meetings were held, and we want to make sure that this history is preserved and preserved for future generations. And they're not just museums. They are active churches where people go to worship every Sunday. So we need to be respectful of that and also know that those are some additional resources because of historic preservation may be available as well.
And some of the historic buildings are people's homes.
Why not? I know. Yeah. So anyway, I hope people will come out to the resource fair today.
Phone number.
Oh yes.
Your phone number, you haven't given them.
Okay. My phone number, 205-254-1960 is my Birmingham office number, which is the largest office that I have in the state of Alabama. Our Washington office, obviously, is far away, but our number there is 202-225-2665. So we're here to serve, and I think the biggest number I want to leave you all with is FEMA's information. FEMA can be contacted either by phone, by dialing 1-800, I want to get it right, 621-3362. Let me say it again, 1-800-621-3362. Or by going on website www.disasterassistance.gov. I know that one. Yeah. Disasterassistance.gov. Or you can download the FEMA app. Or you can come here today in Selma, Alabama, right here at the Ebonite Mission Community Center to meet with FEMA and FEMA advisors on the ground to help you. Please, if you've gotten a denial letter, do not think that that's the end of the road. That just means you need additional information, that FEMA needs additional information. And let's make sure that the information that we do provide is correct. Let's make sure if you provide a cell phone number that you pick up that cell phone, because FEMA will return calls to you. And so sometimes we don't get the information, our folder's complete because people are not accessing their phones or not returning messages. So we've got to do our part in order to make sure that we get the full assistance that we can. Is that good? All right. Thank you all. And I just want you to know the press is very important in getting the message out. We have until March 16th for those people to register for FEMA.
Okay, FEMA.
FEMA registration ends March 16th. So we will continue to make sure that people know about that deadline. And if you register and your registration is not complete by March 16th, you're still registered. So you're okay. Okay? So you gotta initiate your registration by March 16th.